Okay, Charlotte, bitch. Oh. You really want to win this by count out, Charlotte?
Alright, we live.
We live.
I said you hear me, hold on. I don't know what's good, like it's your boy Jose. Say you heard me. If you heard me, what up YouTube? You know we here again on another late night side for that WWE reaction podcast Petty's review. Starring your boy Petty B. Say what's up to the people.
What's happening with you YouTube, man?
And then today we got a guest star, your boy, you know him from Shout Out Sports, another show on the Jose Inc. Network. I said you're here. Say what's up to the Donn. Shana Don, Hodana.
What up, YouTube?
So, y'all know how we do this. Today, obviously, it's going to be a little bit more debate-oriented, kind of how the end of the last show was. Me, as you know, I'll be doing my moderate thing, bringing up questions, trying to keep people from cussing out other people too much. You know, getting my Ron Burgundy on. But I guess we'll jump right into it. You know where we're at. It's TLC. First match of the night was the kickoff show. You said it was Sasha and some chick I never heard of.
Alicia Fox.
Okay, so B, we'll start off with you. This is your show. Go ahead and let me hear your side, then we'll go to Sean, get his side, and then I'll let y'all tangle with it if need be.
Okay. Personally, I don't feel this should have been on a kickoff show. Personally. I mean, they have built up a rivalry for the past few weeks, so I don't think it's though they should have been on a kickoff show. Personally, I thought Enzo and Kalisto match should have been on the pre-show, but that's just my opinion. But you know, it was a nice little match, back and forth contest. The boss came out on top. I gave that match 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay, so
Sean, did you ever get to watch the match?
I didn't. To be honest, I kind of assumed Sasha would win just because she's got a lot more name recognition than Alicia Fox does. I mean, I can kind of agree Sasha has done enough that she really shouldn't be on a kickoff show. Like, to me, if you were going to put one of the matches on the kickoff show, it should have been the Cruiserweight Tag Team match, more so than Sasha versus Alicia Fox. But, you know, WWE has their ways of doing things which are beyond our comprehension sometimes, so I can't really give it a review since I didn't actually see the match, but seeing as how Sasha won, I'm going to assume it was kind of back and forth for a little bit, and then Sasha hit in the big statement to close it out.
Yes. So, like, I already have one negative written down for that match, and that was they made Alicia look like the stereotypical black woman.
Well,
always angry.
That's kind of how they've been portraying the character recently, so I can't really say I'm terribly surprised by that. I am not going to say that makes it okay, but, you know, that's how they've been portraying it recently, so I'm not exactly shocked.
No, I did take some notes, and it was just pretty much basic. Like, of course, that match should have been on the kickoff show. Their ring attire actually looked good. Miley stuff both these new hairdressers. And it was a great finish. And that was it for the kickoff show for me.
It was a happy ending, you would say?
Yeah, it was a very happy ending.
you just had to say that they needed a hairdresser though.
Yeah, that was
We
weird.
wasn't
That's what I
gonna
was thinking.
we wasn't gonna skim over
like,
that.
I mean, they
Leave it
literally,
to Petty. Leave it to
like,
Petty.
okay, I guess Sasha has a big forehead. Okay, I get that. She can't
Guess.
hide that.
Right.
Alicia Fox always looks like she goes to the wrong place to get her hair done.
Okay.
So, they just need to get their little act together when it comes to their appearance. That's all. I can admit that.
Okay.
Even with my girl, I can admit that.
Well.
That's okay.
Okay, so if that match was there,
Yeah,
it was the first match. 2.5. Shine really didn't see it. Okay, so we'll get back to that conversation on what should have been on there if Sasha should have been on. But what was the first match of the night?
So the
It was
first match of the
Asuka.
night was Asuka versus Emma. Great match.
You picked Emma,
It
by the
actually
way.
reminded me of Asuka and Emma from NXT match from London. The only difference was the time block, because Triple H didn't give him no damn time. Triple H let them wrestle. But given the circumstance, it was always good. Great match. Great match. Nothing really bad to say about that. Just minus, we're not putting dislikes. Oh, Emma should have won. That's like I got my dislikes list.
Yeah, that was your pick to win, was Emma, which she didn't.
Yes,
Sean.
Emma was my pick too.
How do you feel about? Oh, well, hold on. What about the stars? Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, my stars, I gave that match 3 out of 5.
Okay. Alright. This is... I'll be brutally honest, it's my first time actually seeing Asuka in a match, because I don't watch NXT like that. Boring and stale, especially for the opening match of the night. I found myself often looking down at my phone because I just wasn't interested in the match that was in front of me. I thought it was really odd that, as someone who has never seen her wrestle before, like, it's weird seeing her, like, run around using her butt as a weapon. Like, that was very confusing to me. Like, and, like, why are you, like, we have this women's revolution where people are supposed to be taking you as seriously as they take the male athletes, and then you're running around using your butt as a weapon. Like, it kind of makes y'all look bad. Like,
It's not her butt, it was her hip. But I got you.
It was definitely her butt. I watched it very closely, trust me. But either way, whether it's her hip or her butt, it just looked very odd and didn't seem to flow with what a match is supposed to look like. And while I understand that, like, I guess I can't technically say you should have a different finisher, but her using Bob Backlund's finishing move, to me, it's like, bruh, you should do, like, something way more creative than that. I know finishing moves get recycled, like, it seems like nowadays everyone has a super kick, it seems like there's always some variation of a power bomb or some variation of a, power slam that someone uses.
DDT.
But they at least put a little bit of a different flair on it. There's something that makes it unique. It's not always just a regular DDT or a regular power bomb. She literally just took the crossface chicken wing from Bob Backlund and she's using it as her finisher. Like, I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me. So, for this girl who has all this hype coming into the match as this undefeated best female wrestler coming out of NXT, I didn't feel like she was all that special. I would much rather see Charlotte or Sasha or Paige. I mean, I know she hasn't really wrestled again recently, but I'm still hoping she makes her little comeback.
She's coming back.
Either way, like, there's just a lot of females that I would rather watch than, at least from what she put on for her very first match on a main card. that's just how I see it. But
Okay. And what did you give the match? What was your rating on the match?
I gave it a 2.
Oh damn! Oh, okay.
Okay. 2 and a 2, or no? You gave it a 3.
I
23.
gave it a 3. Yeah.
Okay. So, who was the next? Well, hold on. Before we move on, I got some questions actually about that match. Okay, y'all both gave your opinions of Asuka. What about Emma?
Emma did phenomenal.
Emma looked like the character she was supposed to be. She was supposed to be the aggressive heel in the match, which she pulled off. You know, she definitely had more of the aggressive attitude to her, whereas Asuka was more of the crazy fan favorite angle. Like, she's not a traditional babyface like a Hulk Hogan, but she's more of the Shinsuke Nakamura babyface, which makes sense. I thought Emma did a good job at portraying the role. I would have liked to have seen her maybe do a little bit more innovative offense. Her offense was a little bland, like it was basically punches, occasionally a kick, maybe a headlock or like a collar tie-up, but like she wasn't doing anything really exciting for me, which is why I overall felt the match was really disappointing, was because neither of them did anything exciting that I haven't, like, I don't know, it just didn't draw my attention into it.
Okay. Okay. To me, Emma did a wonderful job. She's a heel. She did what she was supposed to do. She sold every move that was thrown at her. And you can ask her to be better in the situation that she was in. She's been on the main roster for what? 3 years? And it's the first time she actually was at a pay-per-view fighting. So I take my hat off to Emma. She did what she was supposed to do. She sold everything she was supposed to sell. She didn't back down. And that's just basically what that is.
Alright, well there you go. Shout out Emma. That's it, you heard?
Team Emma. That's right.
Ooh, excuse me. Sit down. So what was the next fight?
The next match was the Cruiserweight Tag Team match. Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher versus Cedric and Rich Swann.
Okay, so now, my biggest question on this fight is, who is the pasty cowboy looking cat?
Pasty cowboy looking cat?
The dude that looked like, he looked like a white big lighter with the Pringles man face.
Brian Gallagher.
That's Jack Gallagher. Yeah, that's Jack Gallagher. He's British.
Yeah, he's the very
popular. He's supposed to look like a British movie villain.
He looked like he from Transylvania. Yeah, he looked like one of them old villains from like the 1960s cartoons with the hat and the handlebar mustache. They be like,
yeah. Tying the girl to the train tracks.
Mm-hmm. Old Dick Dastardly looking ass nigga. He ain't never been in the sun.
Yeah. Jack Gallagher's.
Nigga used to worship the Undertaker. Love the all black entrance. But okay, so how'd that match go? Sean, go ahead, start this one off.
So for me, I thought this match was good. I thought the match was exciting. For being a cruiserweight match, there's always going to be a little bit more aerial, high-flying type stuff.
Hold on, one second. No way. That question will be answered as soon as they get done with this explanation. We got a question for y'all. Let's go ahead.
Alright.
Okay.
I always love questions. So for me, this match was exciting. That's why I actually say it should have been on the kickoff show, just to kind of get the crowd interested early on for the pre-show. It's a cruiserweight match, so there's always going to be a little bit more high flying, a little bit more aerial stunts and spots than your traditional heavyweight match. I thought that Kendrick and Gallagher did a good job as the heels in the match. Saying that, I thought Alexander and Rick Swann did a good job of playing the babyface role. They got the crap kicked out of them for little stretches, which is what you usually see in a tag team match like that. You'll see one guy get isolated, the heels will beat him up for a while, and then they'll make that dramatic tag to get the other partner in. And they did all of that well. I thought the finish was very good. You basically had a big scramble with all guys hitting all of their finishers in one big cluster. And Rick Swann and Alexander ended up winning after the lumbar check, which is one of my favorite finishing moves in the freaking business. I love that move. So I was very happy with the match. I gave it a 3 stars out of 5, and I definitely think it should have been on the kickoff show and allowed Sasha and Alicia Fox to move into the main card. But that's just my opinion.
So who ended up winning?
Rick Swann and Cedric Alexander ended up winning the match.
Okay. So you gave it a 3 out of 5. What about you, B? What you got?
Honestly, I really didn't have anything bad to say. It was nice from start to finish. It had a nice little aerial moves in and out of there. Not too much. That could have been on the kickoff show. But at the same time, they tried to give the little guys more showtime. That's what you want to say. That's appropriate to say.
They out here trying to springboard the talent.
Yeah, I get that match actually a 4 out of 5. Actually. Surprisingly.
Okay, 4 out of 5. So that was the best match up to that point for you at that so far.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. What? Out of all the 4 people, who was the best? Who was the man in the match?
I can't say who was the main person in the match because Cedric and Rich Swann both did an equal amount. They basically.
To me, it was actually Brian Kendrick, even though he was on the losing team. I felt like he was the one that I was seeing like the most moments where I was like, oh man, like, alright, I see what you're doing. So even though he was on the losing team, I felt like he was the one who stood out during the match itself.
I get what you're saying. Okay, Brian is very nice in the ring. He can sell like no other. But, nah.
You like that made off of Family Guy.
I guess because I'm just a Cedric fan. That's why, but I would love to see Cedric and Brian actually fight without them having to rush to a match. Because I know that'd be an actually good quality match, something I can actually pay attention to.
Okay. Before we jump on to the next question or the next match, y'all question was, how would you feel if Jason Jordan replaced Kurt Angle in the main event?
I actually thought that's what was going to happen, but it's hard to go into that without getting into that, the main event itself.
Right.
So I don't want to go too far ahead, but I did actually kind of think that's what was going to happen after a certain point in the match.
Right.
So we can get more into that later on.
When we touch on. All right, for sure.
Well, at this point, the pay-per-view almost over.
You're terrible. You're such a fucking asshole, dude. Damn.
Well, it's the truth.
No, it's not the truth. We've only done 2 out of 7 matches. Scumbag. Damn.
I didn't get to see the next to last match. I just got to see the end.
Well, I got plenty to say about that. You already know.
He said the same. He felt the same way you did. from what you said so far. But all right. So what's the next match?
So the next match is the one you didn't get to see. It's
Alexa Bliss versus Mickey James.
Okay. So Sean, you go ahead and.
I love everything about Alexa Bliss.
Yes, we know.
I love her cute little body. I love her Harley Quinn personality. I love her talking. I love everything about Alexa Bliss. She disappointed me in this match. Severely disappointed in this match. And I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it was her or Mickey being old and busted, but that match was boring as fuck. That match was just boring. I didn't care about the match. Like, it was literally just like, I don't know what I was watching. Like, it was like literally a slap and hair pulling fest. Like, did we take wrestling back to the 1970s when y'all were like second class wrestlers and had no actual talent? Like, what just happened? Like, it was literally hair pulling and slapping and occasionally throwing each other, and then like you get to the big finish where Alexa gets a little bit of momentum, she goes for Twisted Bliss, Mickey rolls out of the way, then Mickey takes the advantage, and then Alexa pulls her into the bottom turnbuckle and bounces her face off the turnbuckle.
That's what I see.
And DDTs her for the 1, 2, 3. Like, it wasn't an exciting match for me. It didn't have any story to it outside of their wrestling because Mickey James deserves a title shot, and there was the angle of Alexa talking shit about her after her. But it didn't actually tell me any story watching that match. I gave it a 2.5. And the only reason I gave it a 2.5 is because the ending was at least halfway okay. If that ending had gone differently, it probably would have gotten even a lower rating. Another reason I gave it a 2.5. Again, I don't know if this is Mickey's fault or Alexa's fault, but there was like 3 botched moves during that fucking match where there was supposed to be a grab and like counter of a kick, and they fucked up. So yeah, I'm very critical of mistakes because you're a professional fucking athlete. You're not supposed to be making mistakes. I know it sometimes happens. We're gonna get to that main event later, and we'll talk plenty about their mistakes too. So yeah, that's how I feel about that match. I still love Alexa Bliss. She's still probably my favorite female wrestler on the roster right now, but not her best performance, to say the least.
Okay. So what was the next one?
I can't see shit. What was the next one after that?
Next up was Enzo versus Callisto.
Yeah.
Cruiserweight title.
Okay. So, B, you want to go ahead and start this off with your boy?
She was not entertained at all. I just was not entertained at all. I really was not entertained. Like, I literally got up and finished making my dinner.
Was this because you just don't like Enzo, or the match literally just didn't keep you?
It was predictable. It was predictable because as a person that follows Raw and SmackDown, once Nollyville left, he walked out of the company. Kalisto won. It wasn't no type of story there for him. He won it because it was Eddie Guerrero's birthday. Okay. Kudos, but I just don't see it. You know, it just didn't do it for me. Sean may feel different. Just not me.
So what was the stars?
Oh shit, I won.
All right. And just to clarify, who won?
Enzo.
Oh, Enzo won. That fucking cockroach won.
Enzo got the strap back.
Okay.
So, for me, I actually agree with B. Match was boring for a cruiserweight match, especially. You've got to do something exciting. Like, if you're a cruiserweight, you got to be doing some Jeff Hardy shit to like draw people's attention in, because you don't have the same level of wow factor from just having a technical wrestling match. I'm not saying that it's right that there's that natural bias against a cruiserweight, but it's true. There is a lot less value in two wrestlers that are 190 pounds putting on a technical match than if you were watching Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle put on a technical masterpiece. So you got to bring something exciting to the table, and this match didn't have it. There was hardly any high-flying spots. I think Kalisto maybe had 2 the entire match. Enzo had none, because Enzo isn't a high flyer, even though he's a small little fucking shit talker. The match, like, dragged on and on and on. Like, even though it wasn't a long match, it felt like it dragged on. I was like, when's the fucking finish? And like, Enzo hit, like, oh, I take that back. Enzo did hit one high-flying move. He hit the DDT off the, like, second rope or whatever, but
that's
he doesn't
not
win the yeah, he doesn't even win the match with that move. They do the typical back and forth where Kalisto is the quicker lucha wrestler, and Enzo's kind of like supposed to be the dirty heel wrestler who just wants to slow it down and grind it out and all that. Yeah, I don't know, the match was just boring for me. I mean, if I remember correctly, didn't Enzo actually cheat to win the match too? He like hit him in the face with a foreign object before he pinned him.
I was thinking about broccoli.
I think he did. I think he hit him with something like, I think he pulled a John Cena and like hit him with a lock out of his hands, and then hit him with that little finishing move he does now, where he just like, which by the way, how is that even a finishing move? You literally put your foot against their face and drop onto your back. Like, that shouldn't even do anything to a person. I don't understand how that's a finishing move. But,
or the same way a leg drop.
I mean, but at least the leg drop, you're dropping your weight across their throat. Like, this, it literally looks like there's no impact. Like, all they have to do is bend down. They're not actually hitting your foot at all.
You're correct. But, you know, shit happens.
Yeah, so that match was garbage. Like, really disappointing match. And I actually like Enzo normally, because I do like what he says on the mic, but that match was just boring for me. I gave it a 2 out of 5, so probably being a little generous by giving him a 2, but well, the way I look at it, unless a match is just completely awful, it's hard to get a 1, and I already have a 1 star on this card, so I couldn't give out another 1 star.
Shit. You're being nice.
Well,
that brings us to the highlight of the evening, at least.
Yeah, what's next?
Oh my gosh.
Demon King Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. By far the best match of the night.
That was the best match of the night.
That was literally the only reason to watch the pay-per-view.
Well,
I'm still a little upset behind that, but, you know, I don't work in booking.
Okay, so who won?
Finn Balor won.
Finn Balor won the match.
I know this door should have been no contest. Like,
What do you
they
mean?
got like a double count out. Or, you know, they both knocked each other out in the middle of the ring for a 10 count for it to be a draw.
What type of stipulations was on the match?
It was just, that was another thing about this card in general. The only match that had a stipulation was the main event TLC match. Everything else was just normal matches, which makes no fucking... We'll get into that by the end of the pay-per-view. Alright, but anyway, so yeah, so this was no stipulations, it was just a normal stipulation.
Yep. And why I felt the way I feel is because this was like a fucking dream match for everybody that watched WWE, that doesn't watch New Japan Wrestling, you know, Australian Wrestling, all that stuff.
They never even, I don't think, wrestled in New Japan, so this was the first time they've ever wrestled, I believe.
Right, but the whole the whole cross promotion thing with Raw and SmackDown, again, I don't think it should have had a 1, 2, 3. I still believe it should have had a fucking no draw. I mean, a draw or no contest. So that way they could have got back together at WrestleMania and then able to finally get a winner.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the finish because it is a Raw pay-per-view, and I kind of knew the Raw guy was going to win at the end of the match just because of that. So I'm okay with that, though, because it's not any discredit to AJ Styles that he lost. Like, it's not like...
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's not like he lost to somebody he shouldn't have lost to.
Like an Enzo Amore.
Right. Like, that was a very good match. They both performed their asses off. And the fact that Finn Balor won in the end would be believable, even if it was a WrestleMania match. It's believable that Finn Balor might actually win the match, so I don't have a problem with it.
But honestly, like leave us as fans as suspicious.
Yeah,
that's, you know,
you're looking down the road. You wanted a rematch later on. I got you.
Right.
Wendy said hi, B.
Hey now, but I don't even want a winner with this first match. Because they probably won't fight again at WrestleMania, granted. But I want them to win at WrestleMania at an even score. So now when WrestleMania comes around, if they do fight again, AJ is going to win. Just to even up the score for them to fight again at SummerSlam. Just to sell out. Because they know they are two top performers that can put on a show. And that can steal the show. Raw has a fucking champion that's not even fucking there.
Who is the Raw champ, Brock?
Brock.
Yes.
Yeah, I know how you feel about Brock. But let's get into the match, shall we? What did you like about the match, B?
Oh, I like everything about it. The back and forth. As soon as you thought somebody had the upper hand, it turns, it flips to the other guy. That's basically what it was. It told a nice story. I'm better than you, no you're not, I'm better than you. That's basically what I got up. We want to see who's actually best at the end.
Are they, is one a heel and one a babyface, or?
No, they're both babyface.
Yeah, they're both babyfaces, so.
I still find it hard for the Demon King to be babyface, but...
It's not that hard. Now, keep in mind, Bray Wyatt is out because he got a fucking virus. Like I was telling you earlier today or yesterday. Him, Bo Dallas, and JoJo, I just don't think maybe having an orgy together. That's why all three of them just got the virus. That's never here there. I still stand by my comment.
Didn't Roman Reigns get it too?
Yeah.
I don't think he got it. Truthfully, I don't think he has it. Just because how stupid the booking is, they were trying to save Roman for Survivor Series. So they can, that way, they can still have the Shield reunited and have them form a whole team of 5 for Raw versus SmackDown, and then Roman going to turn on Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Interesting idea. I'm not sure why you think that, but we can get to that later. So for me, I thought the match was excellent. I agree with B. It was nice to see a match that actually had a consistent back and forth struggle where it wasn't like one side had the upper hand the whole time, and it wasn't one of those John Cena matches where he gets the crap kicked out of him for 20 minutes and then makes the amazing comeback at the end. Like, it was actually back and forth. There were times where you thought Finn Balor had the upper hand, and there were times where AJ Styles legitimately had the upper hand. So, they're both fantastic wrestlers, so their arsenal of things to work with is very deep. They can brawl, they can put on a technical match, they can do some aerial attack, they can do submissions, they can do power moves. They pretty much have everything in their arsenal, which is nice and makes it a creative match, which is always good to see. And outside of the finish, which I know B already said he was a little disappointed by the finish itself, I was okay with Finn Balor winning, although admittedly I would have liked to have seen him not win with one move. That was probably my only complaint about the match. I would have liked to have seen it take more than one finishing move to put AJ down, because we've seen AJ kick out of like 3 attitude adjustments in a match with John Cena, but then one coup de grace enough to put him. That was a little bit weird for me, but outside of that though, I thought the match was very well done. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
I gave it a 4, just because of the ending. The ending was good, but I didn't like the ending. I wanted the ending to end how I had it in my head. But keep in mind, this man just flew back from South America, an 18-hour flight, to wrestle tonight.
Yep, because they needed somebody to kill him.
Who?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. Yeah, because
So
it was
that
supposed
just
to be.
tells you
It was
how
supposed
much
to
of a
be.
competitor he is.
Yeah, it was
How much
supposed
he
to
loves
be.
that business.
It was supposed to be him. It was supposed to be Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember you was saying something about that. About why they keep having these two go at it.
Right, but Bray got sick. And
So
he
Bray got
survived
sick, and y'all
5
actually
days.
got probably the best. Would this be the best fight of the night?
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely.
no, it's not probably. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's openly the best match of the night.
So now,
No
does
one
this?
can-
You see this being like the new big? They're gonna try to run with this and make these two, or it's a cross competitor, so they can't really do much with it.
They can't do
I
much
think
with
they
it right
can.
now.
Yeah, they can't do
no, I'm
much with
lying.
it.
I'm lying. They got Survivor Series coming up. and it's
Yeah,
Raw
they got
versus
Survivor
SmackDown.
Series coming up, but I don't know if they'll take that time to put on this match when both of them are arguably in the title picture as well. So it's kind of
And this is
kinda
where the
hard.
weight comes in.
yeah, kind of
It's
hard
where
to
the Rumble is
see.
around the corner. And you know that starts the road to WrestleMania right there.
Right,
Who's the SmackDown champion?
Jinder
right now,
Mahal.
Bum,
Oh yeah.
Jinder Bum, yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make a difference because he's a bum and so is Brock Lesnar. I mean, like, what the fuck?
Okay, no,
It works out.
you can't even compare the two. Stop it.
They
Okay,
gave this man the motherfucking belt.
one is
sorry,
a
now
bum
I'm getting
because
upset. Now I'm
one is
getting
a bum.
upset.
One is a bum because he can't wrestle. The other's a bum because he doesn't show up to half of the pay-per-view. There's a huge difference.
No, they put the belt on Brock Lesnar to sell out shows to try to beat SmackDown. That's what it is.
Yeah,
SmackDown
I
is
agree.
whooping their ass.
I agree, but that's because Lesnar does sell tickets. Like, the dude is exciting to watch. Just because you don't like him, like, that don't change the fact that he's exciting to watch.
He's not excited.
Alright, well, you just don't like him. I mean,
He does not invent Suplex City. Chris Benoit invented Suplex City. Am I lying?
no, but that doesn't...
And that's what makes him sell out shows, because Suplex City, no bitch. You stole Chris Benoit shit. That's the
Yeah,
human
but-
suplex machine. You
Well,
just a copyright.
Okay, well...
Goddamn. Well, the
I'm
truth
sorry.
comes out.
I'm sorry. Like, this shit got to be out there. I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar anymore. Just because you're a part-timer. Why the fuck are you champion? Drop the belt. Be a part-timer. Be like The Undertaker. Just come in, wrestle, win, instead. You ain't gotta have a champion to sell out.
The same
Undertaker ain't been a champion in 5 years, and he can come in and still sell out arenas. It's not on same stadiums. Really?
The same reason that The Rock got the belt when he came back.
I didn't like that either. And y'all know I'm not a fan of The Rock at all. The
Right.
Rock didn't show us face for a whole year. I didn't like that shit at all. You're downgrading the whole championship. And that's why I was happy when Cena won it back from him, and then Cena dropped it to CM Punk. I was so happy. Because at least we know Cena wasn't. I mean, not Cena.
Alright. You're going too far down the hole. Where, we got another match. What's the next match?
It's the main event. Oh, no, I'm not.
No.
Jason Jordan versus Elias.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Yeah.
focus on that match, and I can't say my reasons why.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just tell you what I thought about that match. That match fucking sucked.
I couldn't really focus on the match. I'm not even gonna lie. Except for when Jason Jordan takes that knee. He's a soldier for that.
That match,
I'm sorry.
that match was garbage. Like, it was boring. It was exactly what I expected it to be. Elias was gonna be the grimy brawler. Jordan was gonna do a bunch of wrestling moves and like suplexes and double leg takedowns and all that bullshit. Jason Jordan wins the match with like basically, not even basically, blatantly, it wasn't a 3 count. Elias kicked out, and they called it a 3 count. It was like the Montreal Screwjob, like.
It was.
So there's my 1-star match of the night, because that match was awesome.
I mean, Jay, you got to give it up to Jason Jordan. He took literally a knee straight to the fucking face. Literally.
Okay, but that doesn't mean. But that doesn't mean nothing to me these days.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they all take hits. They all take bumps. They all take big shots.
That shit was critical, though.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll agree with you there. It was a nasty knee, but just the fact that you took a knee doesn't really give you a reason to say that you had a good match. So.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. I mean, I didn't even rate that match because I couldn't focus on the match. The reason why we're not going to say, I'm going to go into detail with that, but I just couldn't focus on the match.
So, with that being said, that brings us to
the main event.
The only match that had the TLC stipulation, which was I can't even call it the Shield. It was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and Kurt Angle versus Braun Strowman, Kane, The Miz, and The Bar, aka Cesaro and what's his name?
Castro.
Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus. So you had a 5-on-3 handicap TLC match. One of the competitors is Kurt Angle's first match in years. His first match in the WWE in 11 years. You kind of expected this to go exactly how it played out. But I'll let you go ahead and get your piece in, D, because I know you hated this match, so.
It was a waste of time. Like, okay, I got my life when Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins jumped off the ladder to the tables with Braun Strowman came. Cool! That just left Kurt Angle by himself with Cesaro. Oh shit, I'm sorry. With Cesaro, Miz, and Sheamus. Very cool. Going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. The next thing you know, Strowman gets up. Hit his move to Kurt through the table. Bitch, I was over it. If you had seen the way I just lit me a cigarette and just took me 2 shots, like Kurt Angle go through a table, you gotta call the medics outside the ring. Really? I was so upset. I was so disgusted. They helping him in the back. Cool. So they fight him, blah, 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 blah. Miz called out the trash truck. Trying to throw the Shield inside the trash truck, which I still don't get that fucking point. But whatever. Throws them in the trash truck, but Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins jumps out, hit him with a clothesline, hit him with a crossbody band. The most exciting part of the match for me was when Kane turned on Braun Strowman, bitch. Kane was not playing. Kane chokeslammed that motherfucker where that new announce table is. Chokeslammed him down. Bam! Braun Strowman grabs Kane's foot. Kane just happened to rip down the whole chair off the staging area. That shit's like a waterfall of a number of chairs. Shit was fly. I like it. And that's what I said. Vince was backstage.
But them niggas, I thought them niggas was on teams.
They were.
They were.
They were. And I guess since Roman went out on sick leave, quote unquote, bunny ears, quote unquote, they had to make Kane look like something. Because Kane really came back for revenge for Undertaker. I get it. That's
Revenge on who?
Roman Reigns.
For beating the Undertaker.
But he wasn't even.
Right, the whole concept was cool. How they had it. I was down for it. Friday, Roman Reigns is now out of the match. Kurt Angle was filling in. Bitch, what? Ain't no point for him to be there. But whatever. So yeah, Kane yanked out of chairs from Braun Strowman. Damn. The best, that was the highlight of the night. And after that, they just got live again. So, go ahead, Sean. I'll let you go ahead and take over.
Alright.
What these stars did you give it, B?
2.
2, okay.
So I'm critical, probably more critical than B, but at the end I gave it a better result than B did. So this will be an interesting little segment here. So match starts out pretty much exactly how I expected the match to start out. You got Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Kurt Angle immediately grab chairs and come into the ring and start swinging chairs because they're at a huge numbers disadvantage. They're down 5-3, and Kurt Angle really only half counts at this point, so they're really down like 5-on-2 basically. So they bring in the chairs, the great equalizer, to try to balance the odds out. They take out Braun and Kane right off the bat, get them out of the ring so that they don't have to deal with them. Basically parade around beating up on people with Kurt as the muscle man carrying the ladder, and they would like hold somebody for Kurt to hit him with a ladder to try to get his like confidence up, you know, and all that. There was a great spot that B mentioned where they set up the 2 big ladders and had Dean and Rollins jump off the top of the ladders onto the announcer tables to take out Kane and Braun Strowman. But the result was that Angle got left alone with the other 3 people.
Sorry.
So that kind of turned ugly on him for a little bit. But other than that little spot, I agree the highlights of the match probably were, well, for me, nostalgia reasons. I loved seeing Kurt break out Suplex City. It was great to see him Germaning people again. It made my heart happy.
That was cute.
You know, I thought it was great to see him break out the ankle lock a couple times. That was awesome.
You call it an ankle lock?
Yeah, I call it an ankle lock. I know, it was only a half
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, it was an ankle lock. Alright, let's not be a dick, alright, B? Calm down.
I'm not being a dick.
The man is old, B. He might not have the same intensity he once had, alright?
I'm listening.
I do agree that probably the biggest highlight of the match was just when Kane makes the turn on Braun Strowman, choke slams him off, and then pulls down all the chairs on top of Braun Strowman. That was great. Then the dump trunk thing was stupid to me. Like, I got the joke. The joke was that I guess the Miz had called them trash and he was taking out the trash.
He called them trash.
But it was a stupid joke and just a terrible plot angle for the match. And I mean, to me, the reason why I didn't like the match, the middle section of the match drug on for way too long. Like, basically, once Kurt Angle got put out of the match after getting power slammed through a table by Braun, it felt like they didn't know. It felt like they didn't know what to do. Like, it almost felt like, to me, Kurt Angle wasn't supposed to get hit. Like, it was not planned. Like, and they looked lost. Like, they were buying time for Kurt Angle to make, like, a magic comeback out of the back of the, you know, trainer's area. because they looked like they were just unnecessarily dragging things out to buy time. I didn't like that at all. I thought it was boring. There were parts where the match was just boring. Another big criticism I have, way too many spots. Like, you got people that are supposed to be going through tables, and they're not actually going through the tables because someone is fucking up. And it happened at least 2 to 3 times during the match.
More than that. It happened more than that. More than that.
At least that I can remember vividly was when the bar was supposed to put him through with like the double crucifix powerbomb, and all that happened was that the leg got broken on the table. The table didn't actually break. And then you had the one where Kane did the double choke slam, and Dean Ambrose didn't go through the table. The table flipped over underneath of him. So Seth Rollins went through the table, but Dean Ambrose didn't go through his table. The table like collapsed out from under him.
That shit bounced. He thought that shit bounced.
Yeah, there's 2 spots right there that I can remember, and I'm sure if I went back and rewatched the match, there probably was another one at some point. So, I didn't really understand the angle of like Braun and Kane fighting each other. Like, it was fun to watch, but I didn't understand why it was happening.
That's all I was going on. Well, my question is, why was there so many motherfuckers on the Miz team?
Because, so, again, it goes back to the fact that Roman wasn't in the match. That fucked everything up, honestly. Because the original angle, no pun intended, was that it was supposed to be the Shield versus the Miz, Sheamus, and Cesaro. And when the Shield all came back together, because basically the Miz, Sheamus, and Cesaro had been targeting all 3 members of the Shield, like, at different points. So the Shield finally gets the band back together, so to speak, and at one point, they said the Shield is the greatest, unit of all time in wrestling history. You can have 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, even 6 people, and the Shield will still come out on top. And so that was when the Miz was like, well, since he thinks that he can beat us no matter who we have on our team, why don't we add a 4th person? And that was Braun Strowman. And then they convinced them to let them get another person, which was the 5th member, but no one knew who the 5th member was. And then during the cage match between Braun and Roman, that's when it was revealed that Kane was going to be the 5th member. So it was all built up towards the angle of them versus the Shield. So when Roman got taken out of the match and replaced with Kurt Angle, the whole storyline pretty much fell apart at that point.
Right.
I mean, the saving grace of the match probably was the 2 to 3 big spots they had with the stunts, like when Ambrose and Rollins jumped on to the tables, when Kane chokeslammed Braun Strowman was great, and the chairs coming down was great. My only other highlight of the match was seeing Angle slam somebody through a table was hilarious. And I did like the finish, having them do all of their finishing moves to The Miz, because I fucking hate The Miz, so that was great to watch.
He's awesome.
Is he? Yeah, about that.
What is his character like? What all I ever see, he had on that Blade jacket, and I was like, what the fuck?
He's the A-lister.
He's supposed to be the Hollywood superstar where, like, wrestling is beneath him, and everyone else is, like, the heathen, so to speak. Like he's literally thinks he's above the crowd. He doesn't need the support of the fans because he's above them. He's the mega blockbuster superstar. Like, he thinks he's The Rock when The Rock did the Scorpion King. And it's like, bro, you were in the Marine 5. No one even saw that movie. Shut up.
It's only on DVD only.
Yeah, like, I don't even think they have it on WWE Network because your movie was so bad, so you need to calm down. And I mean, The Miz has always been someone I didn't like because I think he's, like Daniel Bryan said, I think he's boring. I don't find his matches to be exciting. So, overall, just because of the highlights with Angle and the few good moments of the match, I did give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like honestly, it probably should be like a 3 out of 5. But the Angle nostalgia made me bump it up another spot.
Oh, I gave it a 3. I gave that shit a 3. Now,
so yeah.
But
so
I
on
did
to that question.
Yeah, I was about to go into that question too.
Jason Jordan, I actually thought should have come out when Angle got taken out in a stretcher. Or not really in a stretcher.
Well, that stretcher, he got carried out.
Yeah, he got carried out. I thought that's when Jason Jordan was going to come out and take his place.
Okay.
I thought the same thing, but it didn't happen.
I thought it would have made sense because then Jason Jordan has a reason to be out there because it's like, you beat up my dad. And Jason Jordan is much younger and more athletic and actually could have been a contributing factor to the match. Unlike Angle, who basically had a few glory spots just because he's prevented. So, I thought it definitely would have helped the flow of the match during that middle section that dragged on and on and on, to have Jordan out there helping them to fight them off instead of having that entire horrible segment, which the middle was just awful. Like, that middle segment gets like a 2.25 stars from me. That's how bad it was. Like, it was awful. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I think about the Jason Jordan thing. I think he should have come out. I think it would have been a much better way to handle the match. That way Angle still gets his glory time in the beginning, and then you still have like a much better outcome for the end result, but you know, it is what it is, so.
Well, I think the match would have been better if it still would have been a 3-on-3 TLC match. And sometime during the show, Kane would have just ambushed Braun Strowman during the interview, and then Kurt would have made that a match.
I agree. I think that would have made more sense too, but that's not the way they decided to handle it. So
I know. I mean, it would have.
I don't make the bookings, so.
I mean, it would have killed. It would have killed time.
Oh, it would have killed time instead of having Jason Jordan do that bullshit match with Elias.
Right.
You could have had Kane versus Braun Strowman in a, like, I don't know, a fucking table match. Like, they're two big guys. It would have been exciting to watch.
The backstage brawl, Kane could have put Braun Strowman through a table. Correct, come out, we're gonna have a singles match. Braun Strowman versus Kane table match, you know, some shit like that.
I mean, would have made way more sense, but you know, it is what it is, so.
It was just way too much, way too many people in a ring.
Way too much
going on. Not a cameras.
Not enough, exactly. There's not enough, and even though the match was like a 40-minute match, it felt like there wasn't enough time to actually give a spotlight to everyone either.
Look, I'm gonna watch Raw tomorrow, and they're gonna say, one of the greatest TLC pay-per-views ever. Like, bitch, you a lie.
Right. You a lie.
I'm screaming at my motherfucking phone, but you a lie. Don't tell these people that.
Why you lie? Probably the worst TLC pay-per-view ever.
Well, then.
And then the thing is, I'm sorry, I'm a SmackDown guy. I'm not a Raw guy.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy is what I am.
Oh gosh. And that's why you're a part-timer, huh?
Yeah, that's why I'm all about the part-timer. He's the most exciting. He's the most exciting wrestler.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Who the hell is the part-timer?
Brock Lesnar.
So, Sean, let me ask you a question. There's rumors going around that they're going to have...
It's not even a rumor anymore. That's actually confirmed.
About what?
Him versus fucking Flame
Jinder Mahal? I'm not talking about that. See, I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
I'm talking about for the first time ever, it's supposed to be a woman's Royal Rumble. How do you feel about that?
I would love to see that, although I don't
That's
know
what
how
I
they pull
said.
that off. I don't know how they pull it off because I don't even think there's 30 women on the roster. Could you?
They are between the main roster and NXT. They are.
Yeah, but I mean, are we bringing up everyone from NXT just to do the Royal Rumble?
They just might. You see how horrible booking is. They just might.
Like, I mean, they still got the whole Mae Young Classic thing. Like, what the hell happened to all those women? Like,
and they're part of NXT now. Well, most of them are.
I would like to see them do a women's Royal Rumble. I think it's owed to them at this point. Just like I thought the concept of a women's Money in the Bank was great. The execution was fucking terrible.
True. Very true.
I mean, I'm still pulling to see a real women's hardcore match, like an Extreme Rules match at a pay-per-view, but...
Really?
Yeah. I just don't think we'll ever see it.
Look at Trish Stratus versus Victoria at Survivor Series 2002.
They had a hard enough time doing the Hell in a Cell match, and we all know how that turned out, so...
I'm telling you what you gotta look at. Look at Trish Stratus versus Victoria, Survivor Series 2002.
Right, but I'm talking about current. I'm not talking about in the past. I'm aware in the past they had a women's backstage brawl match, but that hasn't happened in fucking 20 years.
No, okay.
So overall, how many stars do you give TLC?
2.5.
I can agree.
Okay.
And the only thing that saved the show was AJ Styles and Finn Balor. That was the only thing that saved the show. And Vince is fucking in Minneapolis, throwing chairs, cussing them out. Bad enough, Finn Balor and AJ Styles got fined tonight.
What?
Vince is probably fined their ass because they did the Wolfpack thing.
What's
because
that?
It's another organization, the Butter Club, that they took over from Japan to the WWE. But half of their clique is still over in Japan or doing independent circuits.
Okay.
And they've been like trying to boycott the WWE, coming to their live events, coming outside, chilling with the fans and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We know Vince ain't having that shit.
Nah, one guy got fired for it already.
Right, one guy got fired for it. And if Vince was smart, he had used that to capitalize on it. Have him come in for a WrestleMania match. But I'm, whatever. I just hope to see them on SmackDown and on Raw. I'll see them thing tomorrow and get the updates on who got fined and how much money and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what we give the show. The show was fucking boring. I could have had a V8.
It's only too far.
So now we got 4 weeks till Survivor Series. Raw versus SmackDown. If it's anything like last year, I'm not gonna want to watch. But I'm gonna watch. I paid my $10. But I'll watch. So yeah, that's just where she stands at with this.
So overall, pretty dry. There was really nothing that had any implications on further pay-per-views or anything. It was just a
dry as fuck.
Failed attempt at a reunion money grab.
Very, very, very poor pay-per-view. Very poor.
All the money they spent advertising it turned to be a very poor ass pay-per-view. That's what it was. That's what it all comes down to.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. TLC did not live up to the hype. We had AJ Styles and Finn Balor, who couldn't even fight each other for real.
But on that match, Petty Hills could have ordered a pizza and had took some off of 1800 and kept it going. That's a phenomenal ass match. But I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jose, go ahead.
But yeah, man, so you said so our next one is what, Survivor Series?
Survivor Series, Raw versus SmackDown.
Okay, so, and that's what day?
November, I believe November the 22nd. November the 22nd. Oh wait, hold on, I'm sorry. Go calendar. Oh shit. What the fuck is today? The 23rd. November 19th. It's Survivor Series. War Games is November 18th. NXT versus War Games. And basically, it's 2 rings, 1 cage. It took the old WCW.
Yeah, War Games is a WCW pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah, Triple H sport that man. So, 2 rings, 1 cage.
2 rings, 1 cage. I don't know what you're talking about. I just have to see it again to be like, oh yeah. But I remember that because it was on some others. Oh yeah, I remember that goofy shit. Okay, so we got November 19th. We will be back with another petty review. I said you hear it.
NXT. Damn right. Like, subscribe, follow, all that other good shit.
Oh yeah, you already know. Drop them likes for your boy. Hit them with them thumbs up. This is your boy Jose. I said you hear me, hold on. And your boy Petty B.
What's that petty nigga? No, it's that petty
Sean.
black ass nigga. That's so rude.
Sean the Don.
I said Hadan, that was Sean the Don.
Say you hear me if you ready. And we are out like a done.